Howdy, folks. So, today I played a game called Cold Iron, a game that I honestly had no idea even existed till the developers themselves came to me and asked me to review it. And honestly, a quick draw game set in the West in VR. I mean, sign me up. But thankfully, this game has a nice little twist to it that makes it a little bit more interesting. But regardless, let's get to it. Is this game fun? But most importantly, is it worth the money? Well, let's find out. Alright now, let's start this off with the story. Now, I will not spoil anything here, so I will be vague. The plot puts you in the boots of a gunslinger, following in his father's footsteps, a legendary gunslinger. One day you find a gun that appears to hold mystical properties. Soon after, a group of crazy characters begin to gun after you, and it's your job to shoot them all dead in the street. It's an overall very basic story with a neat twist that definitely works, and this is aided by excellent presentation. Now, graphics-wise, this game is nothing to write home about. No real wow factor here, but its art design is pretty good, especially since the game jumps from setting to setting. I mean, one moment you're in the Old West, next thing you know you're in a post-apocalyptic world. It's honestly a little odd and a little jarring, but again, it works with the story, and it works well. On top of that, the music is also pretty damn good. I mean, each scene is accentuated perfectly by it, and even some songs had me shut up and just bob my head to them. Not to mention, the narrator does an amazing job here, and provides an extra Old West edge to the overall tone. Again, as a whole, nothing really to write home about, but that's not why you play this game. You play this game for the gameplay. Now, if you've ever seen a spaghetti western, then you know exactly what to expect here. You holster your motion controller to your side, and when the bell rings, you draw. That alone is a great premise for a VR game, but soon after your first few targets, things begin to change significantly. Suddenly your foes begin to show that they have a few tricks up their sleeve, each harder than the last, and that's when it hits you. This is a puzzle-based shooter. Every enemy has a trick to them, and you need to figure it out. And once you do, don't get too comfortable because they could easily switch it up on you. First to 5 kills wins, and you have a handful of enemies to go through. On top of that, each world is broken up with a cool bonus stage that has you shooting watermelons in a shooting range type setting, giving the game a little variety. All in all, it's a pretty simple game when it's all said and done, but thanks to the puzzle elements, this game becomes one of the better and more skill-based VR shooters out there. Alright, on to my final thoughts. Overall, this game seems to balance speed, strategy, and precision, which really makes the game shine. Now, it may not be a looker, but this is one hell of a good time with a decent story that kept me intrigued the whole way through. To anyone that sees this and thinks, huh, that looks like my cup of tea, well, I can assure you that you will have a great time, and curse the day the developers were born at how difficult things can get. I mean, the later stages are pretty brutal. But, if you're looking for a much more calmer or action-packed shooter, well, this honestly is not for you. You should really look elsewhere. Overall, it's a challenging, fun time, and I recommend that everyone give this game a shot. Well, that's the review. And now, let's ask the question, is it worth the money? And at retail, $20. The only issue out of this game was the fact that it's really short. I mean, I beat this game in less than 2 hours, and granted, while the game has a lot of replayability, I could, replay all the stages, and, unlock statues that, ultimately unlock the final boss. There's also a bonus rush mode where you can play all the bonus stages. The game is still too short. I still recommend this game wholeheartedly, but just wait for a sale. Not a deep sale, mind you, but definitely a sale. It's still a lot of fun. I mean, I honestly recommend this game, and if you have the means, I mean, if it intrigues you at all, this is a fun experience. But, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, sorry, regardless of all that, if you do want to play this game, but don't want to pay for it, well, I do have a special treat for you guys. I'm giving away 2 copies of the game. One for the North American market and for the European market. Yeah. But yeah, I have codes, and essentially just enter down below in the just check the description. It'll have all the details there. I'll leave in the comments too. But regardless, good luck. Hope you guys win. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.